Ilimu, Utako Kamboa.
What? What you say?
best man I ever know. There's no way I can get on the ground. Get on the ground. No way. No way. I'm living without you. I'm not living without you. Not living without you. I don't wanna be free. I'm staying. I'm staying. And you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me. Yes, love me.
The average African American, if not all African Americans, whether they realize it or not, there is a void from not knowing where you come from. And that void has got to be filled in. It is a void that is very in the subconscious, deep in your subconscious. First, you must realize that void is there. African Americans and descendants of former slaves around the globe, they are the only ones who struggle with the issue of where do I come from. I had a conversation with one of my girlfriends, an African American, about 7 years ago. Until one day I'm having a conversation with her, and she just looked me straight in the face and says, you know, those of you from the continent, you never have to deal with the issues that we deal with as African Americans. The simple issue of where do I come from? And for a split second, I stopped and I put myself in her position to say, I wonder what it feels like to not know where you came from. I had this overwhelming sadness, and I quickly snapped myself out of it. Now, can you imagine living in that sadness of just not knowing where you come from? Can you imagine? And since then, I have been looking for it when I interact with my African American friends. I remember one time we had an event, and this top executive was one of the speakers, but she spoke after me, and I talked about this void and the need to reconnect. She started encountering an experience she had while just on a retreat with co-workers. And everybody was talking about where they come from. I'm German American, I'm Irish American. And as they were getting closer to her, it dawned on her that she didn't know where she came from. And she didn't know what she was going to say. And right there on the stage, she broke down. I mean, she could not stop sobbing. I had to go on the stage to hug her because she said, I didn't come here to break down. She never realized that there was this void that was so painful. But because of the environment we were in, she was able to go there. And once she got there, her feelings, she was able to express her feelings. So I want the African Americans to know that Africa is home. That what is going on in Africa is your problems, and you must get involved. Until you reconnect with your anchor, which is Africa, you'll always be like a palm tree. When the wind blows this way, here we go. When the wind blows that way, here we go. Africa is home. Accept it. It is who you are. Your DNA is the DNA of an African. Your DNA is the DNA of originality. You are the origin of humanity, and Africa is home. Reconnect. The African heads of states, they agreed on a decision this year which they called ARA 400. ARA standing for return, 400 standing for the 400 years. They declared once and for all that descendants of former slaves, Africa is their home, and that you must come home. Understand that you are welcome.
We are pleased to name you at Jatu Kalon.
Jatu?
Jatu Kalon.
Kalon.
Yeah.
Interesting. What does it mean? What does it mean?
The meaning of Jatu.
Made of Jatu. Oh, one down. How many? 40 to go. How many? She's official. She's official.
And another one.
I'm next.
Sierra Leonean in the past.
I'm overjoyed. I'm elated. Like everybody else said, there's really not words that can describe this feeling. I just hope that today our ancestors can rest easier knowing that their daughters and sons are coming home.
How come it's a coincidence? What is it? Look at her. Look at her myself.
I know. Yeah. So much alike.
We look alike. And I'm Abdul Bangura.
Wait. Come on. Who's the
merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have, redemption songs.
Okay, real quick. Let's remember our brother here, Sean.
Yes. I just wanted
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling wonderful. I just wanted to make a message out there to the conscious community especially. If you've never been on a continent, you need to come. Our people want us home badly. I'm telling you, badly. So whatever it is that you're doing, that's a challenge. I challenge you. That's my challenge to you. Come to the land, no matter what part of the continent, Ghana, Nigeria. Right now we're in Sierra Leone. If you come here, we're going to hear the same thing. They need us. They need us to come home. Yes. Yeah.
I'm heading out. I'm signing off. See you later, Rotten Orange. See you later, Trump. I'm going home. Peace out, America.
We gotta get creative.
All the experts.
Redemption songs. Redemption songs. Redemption songs. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind.
Ilimu, Utako Kamboa.
What? What you say?
I said those are windows, you know. Should try making some. Might set you free.